Hey guys, it's time for a subscriber spotlight featuring Slartibartfart in the Lorraine 40T. It's actually his last game in the Lorraine 40T, and it's a very good game at that. He's playing in a tier 10 game on Murovanka, and he actually has a pretty good team. Um, you know, quite a few good players on his team. Enemy team, it's not terrible. There's definitely worse that you can get. Now, the teams are really actually quite balanced. Same tier 10s, same RD. They both have 2 tier 9s, and the rest is just pretty much tier 8s, and then, the usual scout added in there. So he was going to go to the eastern flank. However, he took a quick look at his team and decided against that, which is a good decision. Generally speaking, it's a better move to not really lemming per se, but to make sure your team, which is lemming rushing, wins, and then go back to defend instead of potentially sacrificing your tank and dying on your own, and then watching the lemming rush, come screeching to a halt. So he takes a shot at the M41, misses the first shot, tracks it, and can he get another track? He does indeed. Can he get the kill? No, he cannot. Alright. So I haven't actually played the Lorraine 40T since it became a tier 9. It used to be tier 8. It was a pretty overpowered tier 8 at that. Better in every way compared to the 5100, in my opinion at least. But it got bumped up to tier 9, where you see it now. And it honestly doesn't get played all that much from what I've seen. However, apparently Slarty has decided to play it quite a bit. I'm assuming he's grinding at the bat chat. And he's almost reloaded. And he has his sights on the waft jar, keeping an eye out on the ISU 152 and FV 215B to make sure they don't kill him or wreck him. So he's trying to get a shot on the waft jar. It's a pretty small shot, and it's moving back and forth. It moves forward just enough to give him a better shot on it. And he gets 2 shots into the waft jar, misses a bunch of other ones because it was kind of, moving back and forth, making it a hard shot. So he decides to go for the reload. And his team has now killed the ISU 152, and they're pushing on the 183, which gives him the chance to move up and hopefully take out the waft jar without problem. And maybe get a chance to kill whatever's behind it. Now, it's kind of interesting, because if you look at the minimap, at K3 you'll notice a medium tank. And he's just going to finish up this waffle jar. There you go. Waffle jar is dead. He has 3 rounds, and there is an arty that they know is behind it. And he's going to kill the arty, doing a justice to all World of Tanks players. So, back to the medium thing, or the medium tank. It's the bat chat. And I don't know what he's thinking, because if you notice, he's YOLOing into the tank destroyers. Now, Slarty's team does have a lot of tanks on the 3 line on the hill there. However, if you just stay back in the K line, there's a bunch of hills and indents in the ground that you can easily use as cover, if you know what you're doing, to not die horribly. And it would make more sense than just YOLOing the tank destroyers, which you'll see the reason behind that in a little bit. Spoilers. So Slarty's going forward, and suddenly he has that oh shit moment. Slams on the brakes, trying to get into cover, because he's found their tier 8 heavy tanks. And they're all in the forest. So if they know where the Leopard PTA is, it's in the forest as well. They don't know where the IS-7 is, or the Super Pershing, which could be interesting. He kills the IS-3, takes a hit from the Leopard PTA, and the KV-4. He's going to kill the KV-4, however the T-34 has popped up and put another big hit into him. And this is where it gets, it's going to get interesting, because he's a one-shot for everything now. And it's a very bad position for him to be in due to the fact that the T-34 It's an American heavy tank. It's got good turret armor and good gun oppression, so it's in a pretty good position to kill him. Until, you know, the Jagdpanzer already destroy it. So he's relatively safe now. He just has to be careful not to get shot by anything, because he doesn't have armor, as you'd expect from a French medium tank. He's gonna pop up, put some shots into the left of PTA. Got a track shot with the first shot, and then was going for the track with the second shot to get the damage from, or the assistance rather. He has one shot in the clip. Can he kill the Super Pershing? Yes, he can. And that's a Top Gun. So now he's reloading, and they found the IS-7. Now, it's interesting because of the fact that that's not a bad position in terms of tanks with good turret armor like Russian mediums or, in this case, an IS-7. It's a bad place, however, due to the fact that his team was losing heavily. He wasn't spotted the entire battle, so most likely he didn't do much the entire battle. And his team's all dead now, so he can't really do anything from the position. Where if he went back to defend or pushed up into the hills and, you know, the low ground of the K, like 3-2 area maybe, he wouldn't better off. Whereas, you know, staying where he was, he can't really do anything unless, you know, they're pushing towards him or he has a tank spotting the people on the hill at G3 or anything that's on the K line ahead of him, which is kind of unusual why the Batchat would YOLO like it did so early on, because it could actually spot for the IS-7. So he kind of threw the IS-7's eyes away in a sense, but at the same time the IS-7, as soon as he lost his eyesight, didn't do anything to help his team, which is strange, really. So onto the after battle result, and this might, I'm using new software because the last Spotlight was very glitchy to the recording software I use. So there might be like a momentary black screen in 1 second. We'll find out. Now, I'm not sure if that got picked up by the recording. Hopefully it didn't. If it did, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to fix that later. So, his last game, and got the final mark of excellence, which is really good. Got the Top Gun. Pretty good W8, if that's what you're going for. You know, pretty damn good result. And the enemy team out, I don't know what they were doing, really. Like, they just kind of sat back and took it, really. I'm assuming it comes down to the fact that his team had quite a few, like, good players on it, so they're scared, I'd imagine. So his team, he had some good players, but at the same time, you know, a lot of not so good players either. 1390, 0 damage. It's a scout tank, so you can kind of excuse that if it got scouting, which it kind of did, but not really much assistance. KV4, you know, it's KV4 at tier 10 game. If it's stock, it's gonna get screwed over. So again, you can kind of, you know, excuse that. The Skoda, however, no, you should never be getting 0 damage in a Skoda. I'm sorry, that's just fucking terrible. Same as a 215B, 200 damage, not really good enough. Besides that, his team actually had a lot of people with over 1,000 damage, which is good in terms of the player base, which is kind of sad to say. The enemy team had quite a few 0 damages as well. Not sure what that was. Apparently there was an unknown, and I wasn't really paying attention to that guy, so I don't know what they were in. ISU should never get 0 damage. IS-3 as well. Besides that, they didn't really do too bad. The 183 had a terrible game. That's pretty much just one-shot damage, which is not good at all. E100, not really good. Batchat. IS-7, considering he stayed alive the longest, didn't do enough. I'm sorry, just not enough. When it's a tier 10 game and a T-34 is your top damaging tank, your team did not do enough to try winning that game. That's just how I see it. So going back to Slarty's team. So the top damage wasn't Slarty. It was a Jagdpanzer with 6,969, which is kind of to be expected. It does usually 1,000 damage per shot, so yeah, 8 shots. Okay. Slarty, however, despite not getting top damage, had a really, really good game. 4,217 damage, top gun. Really impressive, especially in a tier 10 game, and on that map, without really having gun depression. Not to say gun depression isn't really crucial on that map, but it helps, especially when you're trying to put out damage and win a game, really. So it was mostly within close range as well, only 168 at 300 meters or further, and I think that was a super Pershing. He took 3 hits, and they were big hits, which nearly killed him, as you can see there. He detected 3 enemies, damaged 7, destroyed 6, and he got, quite a bit of spotting as well. 3,705, and then the tracking that he got on the Bulldog and the Leopard PTA, coming up big right there. 1,537. I'm thinking maybe he tracked something else as well, although I could be wrong. So there's that. He fired 19 shots, 15 hit the target, 15 penetrate, which is generally a good thing. You typically want to make sure the shots that you actually connect with penetrate as well to maximize your damage and killing capability, especially in an autoloader where you're going to have downtime between when you can fire. You want to make your shots count. So there's that. He made a profit of 61,711 with a premium account, of course. Still would have made a profit without premium, but it's generally nice to have the bonus credits that you get with premium account. And made 2,170 experience, which is not bad at all. Kind of curious about the total though, because it says he received 2,170, but for total it says 2,171. I'm assuming that's a wargaming glitch, which they love to do. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you for sending in your replay. I'm trying to tweak the audio still, and I'm using a different recording software, so hopefully the video is better. I'm also going to be hopefully doing more content on the channel. So, if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see, feel free to leave a comment with what you'd preferably like to see. I'll see if I can do it. I think I have a couple fail videos, so you might see another fail Friday, potentially. Hint, hint. Don't hold me to that, because I'll probably not do it. Because I'm shit like that. And I'll probably forget. But, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And thank you for watching.